of you know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as you also know, this cause is very near and dear to our hearts because our very own Kymmy received a breast cancer diagnosis in 2018. We are very excited to say that she is cancer-free today, and she is sharing her very personal and touching and heartwarming and inspiring journey with us about how you overcame this diagnosis.
Yeah,
Kym.
what great news, huh?
I'm hugging you.
Great news, yep.
I mean, you know, it goes without saying that this place is a family, and when this
it is
happened,
indeed.
we all rallied around
Yes,
you
yeah.
in a way that siblings would do.
Yeah,
For people at home who may not know, could you remind them of your health journey and what happened?
Yeah, so about a little over a year ago, it's super busy, like everybody out there. We just have so many things to do, and you know, sometimes checking our health can be the last. And especially if you feel much like Cameron and I, where you kind of stack the deck in your favor. I mean, Cameron truly is one of the healthiest men I've ever met. And I'm not exactly in Cameron's league, but you know, my mother's 90, never ever had cancer. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. You know, I eat pretty healthy, married 35 years. You know, I really got it pretty well stacked. So I was like, you know, I can go without a couple years, miss a few years, no big deal. So that would be point number one. Don't follow my lead. Go get checked. So,
What happened? Bring us back to the beginning.
Yeah, so I went to, you know, get a mammogram, and they found something, and so I found out that I had breast cancer. And it was just absolutely devastating. And
Especially because you didn't expect something. Like
didn't.
you don't expect that ever.
yeah, you really don't. So I started out with stage 0 when I was here, and then I went into surgery, and I elected to do a bilateral mastectomy, and they found 3 1.5 centimeter tumors under the breast tissue attached to my chest wall across from my heart, and that took me to stage 3. So I went in surgery, unlike Cameron, in stage 0, and came out with stage 3.
So, Kymmy, had you not electively decided to remove your breasts, eventually that stage 3 would have come up. So I really believe that was a sign from God where you said, no, I have a son and these are going and I'm going to be fine. They wouldn't have found it because it was undetectable.
Of course, and we've talked about just a miracle that it was found in the way that it was.
And 100%.
And that day that we went to the Emmys is the day that, and with that beautiful photo of you in that gorgeous red dress.
That's interesting. So that dress, I don't know if you guys, you know, can see, but all of my pictures usually on camera, if anybody puts a camera in front of me since I was little, it's just like, you know, smile. You just do that. And that was the first time I literally looked at the camera and was like, you know what? I had just been diagnosed, and I knew I had to go in for the double mastectomy the next day. And I was laying in bed, covers pulled over. Don't know if you had one of those days, Cameron, lights drawn, wasn't getting out of bed, was gonna just stay the whole year of cancer in my bed. Never see any of you, sorry about that. But, you know, Jerry came in and he just said, totally understand where you're at, totally see why you would do that. But, you know, it's not gonna do anybody any good. Just get up and let's do this and let's face it. And that picture was just like, you know what? I got a stronger man in my corner, so I'm going to get through this.
It really is. And hearing that advice, you know, from the man that you love so much. And then, you know, obviously other people, including myself, have gone through a journey and got advice, great advice from you going into this head first. So for other people out there that may be going through a breast cancer battle, or maybe they know somebody, maybe it's a relative or a friend going through something similar, or really kind of any health journey, please share some of the beautiful advice that you had for me and for others going through things like this.
Happy to. So the first thing is super obvious. You gather around your family and friends. And I had so many girlfriends that would come and would, you know, be there with me. But this is the one thing that's going to be a little hard. There's all my girlfriends, and they would come. My one friend, Linda, came every single solitary chemo, 8.5 hours with my cap on. But this one was a little bit hard because all the camera guys here, Chris and Brandon in sound, and Jesse, who is looking at me through that camera right there every day. I can hide a lot from a lot of people, and I can put on a Kym, but Jesse who's behind the camera right now, he kind of sees it all. He sees when I have those moments where I have to go, okay. And so when Jesse and the cameramen came around me and hugged me before I was going to leave for my surgery, it just, this is my advice. You get help from places that you don't expect it. And those men will never know what they gave me, the strength that they gave me. And I love every single solitary one of them so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's called Home and Family for a reason. This really is our family, Kimmy.
Yeah,
I really
It's
feel
so
like one
beautiful.
day I want to turn the cameras
I
around.
know,
on
I
you.
know, it'll happen. It'll
are
happen.
the heart
These
and soul.
guys.
And
Yeah.
in the listen, oddly enough, I actually did a piece of your advice without even realizing it in my
yeah?
journey, and that was to find something as you're going through your own health
Yes.
journey
That you can control.
Control, right.
Tell us
So
about what you did and what that means. Really.
Right. So I was going through this, horrible journey and so much in front of me, and I decided to clean my closet. Now, if any of you know me, the last thing I would be
cleaning.
doing is cleaning. Exactly. And I actually needed a little bit of help, so I hired a woman named Jackie Knapp, who's wonderful, and I started cleaning my closet. And Cameron and Deb, it was so interesting. If you have anything in your life, you've lost your job, you've gone through a relationship upset, you've had a child that's getting sick, whatever it is, interesting, take a project and find something that you can control. Because I got my closet so organized that every morning when I walked in, I knew exactly where everything was,
Right.
and I could control that. And that helped me start to control.
There was
Wow.
Did
no
you
one
do
knows.
that?
I didn't know that that's what I was
thing?
doing, but out of like some sort of crazy version of myself, decided to reorganize our pantry. It was at a time where I was instructed not to. I've talked about it on the show a little
Yeah.
bit, but I wasn't supposed to lift anything heavier than like a box of
can't.
cereal.
There you
So
go.
everything in there was fine, and I just went in, took it all out, reorganized it, and Vanessa's like, I don't know who you are.
She thanks you still to this
No,
day.
but so
It's
thank you
true.
for that.
It's
Yeah.
great advice. If anything's going on in your life, just organize something.
Well, Kym, you are cancer-free, and we are all so thankful for that. But your fight has not stopped. As a matter of fact, you've kicked your fight up another notch now that you're healthy and strong, and you are fighting for others. Please tell everyone what you're doing. This is so beautiful, Kym.
Well, there was a little picture, Deb, that I found on Facebook, and it was a little boy, Beckett, and he's a little boy in Texas. And Cameron, you'll understand this. All of the days of me, just in the bathroom, not able to move from there, it just all came flooding back.
Because of the chemo.
Yeah, he's a little boy. I had chemo. He's a little boy going through leukemia. And, thank God for the grace of God is the only reason that I'm sitting here. His grace is sufficient, and it just totally carried me through. And so I feel I must, as my duty, help others. And so I did develop this product, and it's a body wash because I was so covered in chemicals from the chemo. So I made a body wash that's chemical free. It's all essential oils. And we're going to give, grapefruit body
And
wash.
it's beautiful, and it's
Aw.
amazing.
And we're going to give that to the portion of the proceeds to Beckett and his family for Beckett Strong. And you can find out information about Beckett's fight. And then all of the proceeds for my body wash will go to help that family who has $600,000 in hospital bills for little Beckett. And he's got 2 more years of chemo ahead of him.
I mean, as anyone knows, Kym, as a beauty expert, has used every single product under the sun, has been our, I don't want to say guinea pig, I'd rather say guinea princess. You have put some, you know what I mean? But then after coming out of this, for you to have to put these things on your skin, you
Yes.
start to question. So
Absolutely.
that's why you developed this amazing body wash, which I use, by the way, and I would use it whether you're my friend or not. And the fact now that you have said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the proceeds from my body wash and pay for someone
you have
else's
to.
hospital bills from their cancer treatment is just, Kym, that is really
When we call
incredible
you
what
an
you're
angel,
doing.
it's for really
really
good
incredible.
You guys are
You are.
way too kind. And thank you for letting me share it with all of you. I really mean that. And thanks for all your prayers.
Yeah, and I know that Beckett's family is also so appreciative. Kimmy, we love you
I
so
love
much,
you too,
Kym.
babe. Mwah. Love you guys so much.
For more information on how you can help, you can head on over to hallmarkchannel.com or to kymdouglas.com. And where do they get your body wash?
Yes, at kymdouglas.com or True Self Organics.
Kimmy, thank you so much.